They try to bully and silence you into isolation, and you came out stronger than what you was before you went in. One thing about it is, y'all, when you really carry the torch, when you really carry a light through being authentic and, you know what I'm saying, true within your calling, these people, they finesse themselves, because what happens is when you try to attack someone with true light, they transmute this light into power and strength, and they end up becoming better and stronger than what they were before you attacked them. These demons don't realize that they are doing you a favor when they come against you, because you always come out better and more refined than you were before. The light just keeps getting brighter and brighter and brighter the more that these people come up against you. And this is why they get mad, because they can't defeat you. And in fact, God will use these people to help enhance you and judge them at the same time. And vice versa. It can be y'all both being judged, just depending on, the scales, you know what I'm saying? But it's a lesson. It's a lesson for you, and it's a lesson for them. And you are both being taught something. And 99% of the time, you learn it and they repeat it, because these people are so, I wouldn't even say so wicked. It's the demon, right? So they are allowing this demon to use them, and they don't realize that they're not getting anything out of it. The demon is basically using them, and there's no reward for it. People have been trained since birth. Most of the time, these people have been hurt by the people that were closest to them, especially like their parents and their brothers and their sisters, like people really, really close to them. So this is not something that's new to them. They've been in training in combat since they was a baby, okay? And so this is not new to them. Like, they've been prepared for this. And so Satan knows your gift at birth, like he knew Jesus gift, just like he knew Jesus is like, he knows that you are here for a specific mission. And so most of the times he will use your family to inflict harm on you. You will have a very, very traumatic childhood. And these people, when they come against you, because you come off as quiet, because you come off as easy to manipulate, and because you come off genuine and authentic, because you are empathetic, right? You're empathetic because of the trauma that you went through, and you've learned through pain and trauma and experiences that how easy it is to harm other people, you know what I'm saying, intentionally. I'm not talking about the things that we do unintentional, because we are human, right? But we don't go out intentionally harming people, because we know how it feels. We know what it feels like to be hurt intentionally. And so these people think you're weak. They think that they can hurt you, or what's it called, manipulate and play you right in your face. But you're an observer, and you feel energy, because you're empath, you know what I'm saying? You are empathetic. You feel it. You know when somebody is trying to do harm to you. These people are so intuitive. They can feel it through the internet. They can feel it through the screen. They can feel it in the room. They can feel it. They can feel it, okay? They dream it. God gives them prophetic dreams. Like, this is not something that they are new to. So when they come up against you and they think they're going to get away with it, you already know what it is, right? There is a couple of examples I want to show that what happens to people who are naive, that are like the pure spirit people that have been manipulated by their family and just like thrown away, and they've had a very hard childhood. They was basically sold by their family. people are out for your energy. They are out for your light force. They use it for themselves. And it says in the Bible that at the end, people are going to be lovers of themselves. And it's true. We're witnessing people basically try to sacrifice. They are sacrificing people for the love of themselves. People are dying left and right. Human sacrifices because of lovers of themselves. And Hollywood is big for it, but it ain't just Hollywood though. A lot of stuff is going unnoticed because people aren't aware of how dark the spiritual realm is and how important it is to gatekeep your energy, have boundaries with your energy. You know, one of the biggest things that I can say is stop talking. Stop telling everybody your business. Stop showing everybody your true, life all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's private. That's for you. You know what I'm saying? Your relationships are for you. Your family is for you. The deep, intimate things, that's for you. You know what I'm saying? That ain't for the world. People will use your energy. I'm telling you, they will siphon your energy, or they might just try to do harm on your life because of jealousy. So we gonna get into some examples right quick, because there's one specific person, and it bothers me to this day because I do believe it's a lack of awareness of self. It's a lack of true spiritual awareness. At that time, I don't think this person knew how deep and how dark the spiritual realm was. And you got to think this person was a child when they was sold into this industry. So they were kind of groomed. You know what I'm saying? It's just messed up. So I'm going to go ahead and share this, and then I'm gonna close out.
They literally killed me. They threw me away. That's what I felt like my family threw me away. I was performing for thousands of people at night in Vegas, the rush of being a performer, the laughter, the joy, the respect. I was shaking over 40 people's hands every night before a show, training weekly, 3 training sessions a week, AA meetings, therapy sessions. My dad literally, I was a machine. I was a fucking machine. Not even human, almost. It was insane how hard I worked. And the one time I speak up and say no in the rehearsals to a fucking dance move, they got pissed. I feel like the scare tactic and how badly they treated me in the end, I think they thought I was going to come begging back to work again because they thought, I needed them. Because they put me in an ignorant, scared state of mind to make me feel like I needed them. And if you don't do what we say, we're going to show you who's boss. I didn't play their game anymore. I got on my knees every day and I prayed. I held on like a needle and thread to some sort of existence because they had made me feel like nothing for so long. I knew in the deepest part of my core, I knew I'd done nothing wrong and I didn't deserve the way I'd been treated. I do think the hardest thing for me was I wanted to use my feet and leave and run or go somewhere. I had to be placed in a chair from 8 to 6 every day. I couldn't take it. I talked to rabbis. I've talked to grown men about it, and they're like, we don't see how you did it. Honestly, I don't either. And through that, I remember saying, I don't believe in God anymore. I honestly deserve an award for acting like I was okay every day. I thought they were trying to fucking kill me. I remember one time I was backstage and I needed my inhaler. And I opened up to my assistant because I had my phone with me, which I'm not supposed to have my phone underneath the stage. But I said to her, you know what I'm doing. I was talking to a guy and he wanted to just leave the country with me. We had it all set up to just leave. And it was a secret relationship. And I said, my biggest fear was, what would my dad do if I did do something wrong? What if I left the country? What if they found me? And what would they do? And I said, I feel like they would lock me up or something or really hurt me. And she looked at me and she said, are you kidding me, Brittany? Your dad would never do that to you. And I didn't even do anything wrong, and he still did it. I'm honestly more angry at my mom because I heard when reporters would call her at the time and ask questions of what was going on, she would go innocently hide in the house and she wouldn't speak up. It was always like, I don't know what to say. I just don't want to say the wrong thing. We're praying for her. I feel like she could have gotten me a lawyer in literally 2 seconds. My friend helped me get one in the end, but every time I made contact with a firm, my phone was tapped and they would take my phone away from me. And again, I get nothing out of sharing all of this. I have offers to do interviews with Oprah and so many people, lots of money, but it's insane. I don't want any of it. For me, it's beyond a sit-down, proper interview. I had no contact in that place for so long, and my heart would just want to stand up in my family's faces and scream and cry and throw a tantrum and go back in time and do exactly what I wanted to do at those times. Yeah, and might even spit in their fucking faces. Why? Because the pain my family gave me, sitting me there all day and not being able to use my feet, as they watch their grandchildren run bases to base in a family neighborhood, as if I'm dead or I don't exist, honestly makes me look up and say, how the fuck did they get away with it? How is there a God? Is there a God? Giving 8 galls of blood weekly, not being able to stand up. I was so weak. And my family's at my beach house. I was scared, broken. I'm sharing this because I want people to know I'm only human. I do feel victimized after these experiences. And how can I mend this if I don't talk about it? I have an amazing song right now with one of the most brilliant men of our time, and I'm so grateful. But if you're a weird introvert oddball like me who feels alone a lot of the time, and you needed to hear a story like this today so you don't feel alone,
Okay, so I'm going to close out, but this is a specific message that the Holy Spirit wanted me to speak to you about today. And He says that He will turn your pain into power. God will notice that your inability to move from patterns, cycles, and situations, and He will allow the warfare to take place to make you uncomfortable to move. He will use enemies to teach you a lesson and turn around and teach them one. It's not your job to learn theirs, but it is your job to learn yours. Jeremiah chapter 30. So, isolation. I think when we get in that space where our enemies force us into isolation, we get mad and bitter because we feel like we're falling behind, or we feel like it's just not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling at all. It's painful. It's very, very painful. And so it can make us bitter, and it can make us mad and angry because we'll feel like God is allowing our enemies to defeat us. But there's a lesson to be learned on both ends. And one thing about God is He is very intentional. He's very, very, very intentional. So when you're paying attention, if you're paying attention, you must pay attention to the lesson and why you are there, and gather the tools, the resources, and get to work on yourself and become better and stronger than ever, because that's what it's for. But until next time, peace, y'all.